Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Warning: this video will contain spoilers for the Harry Potter movie franchise. This video may contain discussions and/or images of violence, sexual situations, and drug use. Viewing beyond this point is a choice you have made, and you take responsibility for that choice. Thank you, and please have a nice day.
Hello, good people. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope the universe is treating you well. Hope things are going good for you. Today's movie. This is a video. God forbid I attempt to make a movie. This video is going to be my 2 cents worth on the original Harry Potter franchise. I will dip into the books a little bit, not very much. I will probably at some point down the road do a video or series of videos on the individual books compared to the movie counterpart. But don't look for that anytime soon. What inspired me or got me in the frame of mind to do this video was I kept hearing that HBO Max or HBO or whatever they're calling it today, it's going to change in the next couple hours, days, months, whatever, is rebooting it as a streaming series. And my first thought, I'm going to be honest with you, my first thought was, WTF? Really? Then I saw the trailer. And I watched the trailer a couple times and I got thinking, you know what? I poo-pooed the Penguin after The Batman came out and they announced the Penguin series. I was like, yeah, that's going to be utter crap. And guess what? It's not. It is currently my favorite streaming series, miniseries, limited series, whatever you want to call it, right now. And it is intense. It is very well done. And with that in mind, I went, you know what? I have to give these people over at Warner Brothers, HBO, conglomerate, AT&T, whoever, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt because of the Penguin. I feel if they respect the fan base, one, B, respect the source material, not necessarily the author, but that we won't talk about that right now, and the respect the world, respect the previous art that came, the previous movies, the previous, stuff that came before. All the shorts, all the movies and stuff like that. And pay respect to, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. Pay respect to them. If they do all that, and they give this series the love that they gave Penguin, this is going to be a top shelf series. Just, it is. Now, if they approach it, do the Disney thing and approach it like a nostalgic cash grab, it's going to suck balls. It's going to suck balls like a $2 New Orleans hooker. It's it's going to be that good or bad, or however you want to look at it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at the franchise. The franchise as a whole, it's got a fairly decent fan Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, Sorcerer's Stone is sitting at 82% as of the recording of this video. Fan approval, 81% fresh. Chamber of Secrets is 80 fan, 82 fresh. Prisoner of Azkaban is sitting at 86% approval fan, 90% fresh. Goblet of Fire drops down out of the 80s, and the fan approval to 74 with an 88 fresh. And Order of the Phoenix is a 81% fan approval and 78 fresh. Half-Blood Prince, 78% fan, 84 fresh. The Deathly Hallows Part 1, 85 and 77 respectively. And the last Deathly Hallows Part 2, the 8th movie, 89% fan, 96% fresh. All of these numbers are as of the recording of this video on October 16th, 2024, and may change by the time this video goes live. So, there's that. This reboot series is, I don't know, it's like I was saying, is if they do it right, they take their time, they'll get it right. The novels, I like the novels. There are things that work in the novels that are exclusively work in the novels that I think when I tried to put them into the movies was a waste of time and effort. And the biggest of it is the House Elves. Love the House Elves in the books. Enjoyed them. Because we got a lot more in the books. We got more of the House Elf culture. More of their day-to-day living. However, we just, in the movies, they just gave you enough to advance the plot because they were too lazy to write around it. And it doesn't translate well into the movie. I don't feel, the movie version of Darby, I feel absolutely no remorse for when he gets killed. When Bellatrix Lestrange kills him, I have absolutely no remorse, no sympathy. It's like, oh, okay, Darby, a good guy died. He died saving Harry Potter, plot armor, rock on. But in the books, because you get to know Darby, you get to know his culture, you get to know his people. When he gets killed, you're like, you're like, and because of that, it's one of those things that it's just I think it was stupid for them to cut the House Elves down just to enough to advance the story. And the reason why they did that is because if they put all that from the books into the movies would have been way too long. And this is going to be unpopular because I have friends out in the world that would strongly disagree with me on this, that I think, me personally, they should have just wrote the House Elves out, not even brought them up, worked in a workaround, and moved forward. But that's just me. And now in the series, doing the series, the going back to the series, if they do the series right, they take their time, spend the money, put the money into the effects, put the money into the story development, you could get the House Elves done right and make it worth the audience time to get invested in those characters. And I wasn't a real big fan of them, the later books. Or let me explain myself on that. The last book, breaking it into 2 movies, was a good call. I honestly think that they should have broken Half-Blood Prince and Order of the Phoenix broken those into 2 movies, and possibly Goblet of Fire, and probably either broken Prisoner of Azkaban into 2 movies, or just made an insanely long 3.5 hour movie. The audience would go see it. In 1999, when the book came out, I think the movie came out 204, 203, somewhere in that neighborhood. The fever pitch at the time for Harry Potter, they would have went and watched it. But the first 2, Philosopher's Stone / Sorcerer's Stone, depending if you're in America or England, because let's face it, the Americans are too simple to handle some of the concepts. Then Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows. All good books. Not what I would classify as life-changing or life-altering. No great philosophical debate coming out of these novels or movies. It's just not there. However, entertainment, life lessons on acceptance, not being judgmental, trying to understand other people's points of view, stuff like that. Beautiful. Both the books and in the movies. These points are done well. The casting, done well. And with the recent passing of Maggie Smith, R.I.P., it's just one of those things. There are so many people that are no longer with us. Like I said, it's one of those things. It's just, Maggie Smith. Who else? Richard Harris. The actor who played Hagrid, I can't think of his name, and I'm not come across it in my notes real readily. But they gave probably some of their best performances in the work. What's his face? Who played Severus Snape. Was also in a bunch of other stuff. Was in Dogma. I hate it when that happens. I can't find the stuff I need in my notes. I really need to do a better job on my notes. The directors. Chris Columbus. He's the one that set the bar where it needed to be set for these movies. Terry Gilliam, Rob Reiner, Tim Robbins, all the others that came in, Wolfgang Peterson, all of these directors did a wonderful job. It's, and like I said, if they go and they pay respect to the novels, I'm interested to see how they interpret Lord Voldemort. I want to see how they interpret him for the show. That's kind of a interesting thing. Let's see. I really hate my notes. But you see Tom Fulton who did there I found in my notes where I have some of the other actors and actresses. Robbie Coltrane is Hagrid. He's no longer with us, unfortunately, and I liked Robbie Coltrane in From Hell. He played Johnny Depp's co-worker, or not really an underling. Johnny Depp was a detective, and he was like a sergeant or something below him. Robbie Coltrane, just next level actor. I had mentioned Tom Felton as Draco. Alan Rickman. That was the name that was sticking on my tongue and wouldn't come out. Richard Harris, the original Dumbledore. Helena Bonham Carter as Bellatrix Lestrange. She played that. Well, I kind of simp a little bit for Helena Bonham Carter, but that's just me. And yeah, it's just she's just that actress that just kind of does the shivers up and down the spine. Warwick Davis was in it. Ralph Fiennes was Voldemort, of course. Jason Isaacs. It wasn't till recently that my brain put together that Jason Isaacs, who played Lucius Malfoy, was also Poe Dameron, was also Leto Atreides. Jason, it's just one of those things. But Gary Oldman as Severus Sirius Black, just boom right there. Like I said, there were just so many good actors and actresses, and unfortunately so many of them have passed. Like I said, this video really wasn't about going into the plot or the this and that. I may go, like I said, in the future, I may go and do videos that I compare the book to the movie and vice versa. And depending what I may do, and this is depending on when the series comes out and depending on how long I'm willing to wait, that would be interesting to do a book movie series. And depending, like if they do a season for each book, 8-10 episodes, an hour long, that would give us, in my opinion, ideally you do the first 2 books as one season. Season 1 is Philosopher's Stone / Sorcerer's Stone. Season 2, Chamber of Secrets. 3 and 4, Prisoner of Azkaban. 5 and 6, Goblet of Fire, and so on and so forth. Then maybe when you get to Deathly Hallows, you do that 3 seasons. You do that over 3 seasons. But that's just my opinion. 1 hour shows, 8 to 10 episodes a season. Though I have to say that Warner Brothers / HBO have the 1 hour 8 episode seasons. They have managed to unlock that achievement. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how things pan out. So until next time, people, always remember, be a good human, be good to other humans. Peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?